I'm Lila, and today is a very exciting day because we are reading Just Friends by Haley Pham. I got this book a week ago, so I have actually started reading it. I just forgot to film this intro, but I've started reading it, as you can see with my tabs, and it has been very good so far. So I'm going to read some more and then give you my first update about it. Okay, so I have an update for you, and I'm on page 70. I don't know what page I was on last time I started filming, but I've not read that much, and it's been like 2 weeks or something. I've been pretty busy and in a little bit of a reading slump, and I just want to give this book like the time it deserves, and actually be able to savor it and enjoy it and stuff. So I haven't read a whole lot of it, but I figured I would give you an update now since I am on page 70, and I don't think I've actually said that much about it yet. So first off is the way this book is written. It feels very deep and just, it feels good quality. It feels like a lot of time and effort was put into the actual writing of this book, and that makes it feel like a slower read. It's not a fast-paced read, but in the best way possible. There's just so much to digest. A lot of the lines in this book feel very impactful, and what I mean by that is you don't just read it and move past it. It kind of makes you want to think about it. So it's not like you have to sit there and be like, okay, what does this mean? What is she trying to say? It's wow, that was a really good line. I'm gonna think about this more, if that makes sense at all. I don't really think any of that made sense. I can't describe writing, I just know how it makes me feel. And this makes me feel good. This book just feels very personal, you know what I mean? Maybe you don't, because I didn't explain it all. It feels like Haley's writing to her fans because she loves us or something, which sounds weird, but it feels like an honor to have this book because of, you can literally tell the love that was put into this book, even just from the note in the front of the book, and the dedication and about the author, and everything about it just feels so personal, you know? It makes you feel very connected to Haley almost, and maybe this sounds weird, but that's really just the best way to say it, is this book feels very personal and it was made with a lot of love. Now, for what this book is actually about, this is a second chance romance between Blair and Declan. They used to know each other in high school, and then something happened where they didn't talk to each other anymore, and Blair was planning to move away to New York for her career after college. But there's a turn of events in Blair's life because her great aunt Lottie's health is declining pretty quickly. Things are not looking good for Lottie, so she decides to go back to her hometown of, what's it called? Seabrook? Yeah, Seabrook, to help care for her mom and her aunt. So that is the general premise of this book. More than that has happened at the point I'm at, but I just really don't want to spoil it. We have gotten some past and present timelines, we have now, and then we've gone back, I think, 8 years and 6 years. Let me double check. No, it's 8 and 5. Yeah. So we've seen Blair and Declan when they were in high school, and then we've seen now where Blair has gone to take care of her and try to get a job in Seabrook because her whole life has been uprooted. And this book, I feel it's going to be really sad. Where I'm at now, there are already some sad parts. You know, there are some sad lines. It's sad to see the condition Aunt Lottie is in. It feels sad, you know, it feels sad. And I think that aspect of the story sounds really real. Just the way that it's described and the emotions that Blair has. Not that I've been in that exact situation, I haven't experienced exactly what she's experiencing, but it just feels very real to me. it feels like this is a way that a real person would feel about this. Of course, not everybody's the same, but it just feels very realistic. You know, it feels realistic. Then, as for the romance, as of page 70, there has not really been any of it. We have, like, met the love interest, but in the current timeline, there's not really any romance, so I don't really know how clean it's gonna be, but because there hasn't really been any romance, I mean, it's been completely clean now. There also hasn't been any language in this book yet, so it's been very clean so far. I guess it could get less clean in the future, but for now it's very clean. Page 75. This is very sad. This is really sad. I didn't realize I was gonna cry over a romance book, but guess I am, because it's sad. Our tripod is still broken, so that's why we're at this weird angle, but I have an update for you. I finished reading chapter 18 a couple nights ago, and I'm now on page 218, alright? And I am really enjoying this book. I feel like the romance part has been a little slower, you know, like we're just kind of moving at a slow pace. It's supposed to be like that, though. I think this is supposed to be like a slow burn and everything. So it's like, it's meant to be like that is all I'm trying to say. I say that a lot. Hold on. Okay, wait. Let me try that again. This is a slow burn for the romance, and it's finally starting to like pick up the pace a little bit, and I'm glad about that. You know, I'm happy about that. Chapter 17 was a good chapter. If you've read this book, chapter 17 has been my favorite so far, just because, you know, the romance was moving kind of slow, and I was kind of like, okay, like let's hurry this up a little bit, but it's starting to like pick up a good pace, I think, and so that's good. And then another thing that I'm enjoying is that I feel like Blair is a really realistic character, you know. She doesn't really know how to handle these different situations that she is in, and she's still trying the best that she can. She's still doing her best and trying to navigate these situations in the right way, and sometimes that's just kind of the best you can do, you know. Like, how does one even handle navigating the situation with Aunt Lottie and stuff, and her health and everything, especially if you haven't experienced something like that before? Like, how do you even do that? Blair doesn't know, but she's still trying her best. And then with like Declan and stuff, how would you know, handle losing like the love of your life and not seeing him for 4 years, and then he's just randomly back? Like, what do you even do about that? Blair doesn't know, but she's doing her best, and that feels realistic, you know. Like, she doesn't know what she's doing, but she's trying. She's not like using that "I don't know what I'm doing" as an excuse. Like, she's just, I don't know, she's just doing her best, and I think it makes you feel realistic, if that makes any sense. Also, she's realistic in like how she feels about her friends and stuff. Like, she resents them for not like checking on her, or like when they do talk to her, just complaining about their lives or something. She resents them for that, but she still misses them, and I feel like that is realistic, you know. Like, I'm mad at these people for the way they're treating me, intentionally or unintentionally, whatever, but I still love them and I miss them and stuff. So I just feel like that feels realistic, you know. So those are really my thoughts that I have to update you on right now, and so I'm just gonna try to finish out this book. I don't know if I'll update you before I finish or not, because I have this much left, but so you'll either see me when I'm done or maybe before that. I don't even know. We'll just see what happens with that. Okay guys, after way more time than it should have taken me, I have finally finished Just Friends by Haley Pham, and I've decided that I'm gonna rate this book 4 stars. Overall, I had a great time reading this book. I think that it definitely stands apart from other romance books because it's not like solely focused on the romance. A lot of the book is actually focusing on like Blair's growth as a person and everything, and I think that was really nice to see. I personally don't like it when it's 100% focused focus on the romance. Like, I just need something more to happen. And I really just liked seeing how Blair was growing as a person and overcoming the different hardships of her life and everything. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the story. I also think that there is some really good writing in this book. There are some great quotes, and I think overall Haley has a really good writing style. I was going to read you some examples of these quotes, but I genuinely 100% cannot read out loud. Like, it doesn't, I can't do it. So here are some examples. Okay, anyway, what I was trying to say is this book has some really good writing and quotes, and I think Haley's writing can really like grow and develop in the future and everything. I think she has like tons and tons of potential, and this book already showcases a lot of that potential. I will say every once in a while there would be a line that was a little too try hard, you know, like it was trying a little too hard to be good, like super great quality, when it didn't really need to be, in my opinion. But it didn't happen a whole lot, and I don't think it was that big of a deal, you know. I feel like I've heard people really like harp on that and stuff, and I personally don't think it's that big of a deal because this is her first time writing something. Like, why would it be 100% perfect and stuff, you know? I think there is enough like really good writing in here to make up for the not so great lines, and there wasn't that many of them, so in my opinion it didn't really bother me that much. Going along with that a little bit, the dialogue sometimes didn't sound super natural. Just kind of the way that the characters would like talk, I don't even know how to describe it, but it just didn't really sound like the way a real person would talk, like all the time. It wasn't like that the whole time, but it just sometimes didn't feel really natural, you know. It didn't really flow the way that like a real conversation would. It was kind of hard to picture like real people talking to each other the way that they did, especially in the flashback chapters. It just didn't really feel like the way teenagers would talk. They just had too much like emotional intelligence or something as teenagers, and I'm a teenager and I don't have that much emotional intelligence. Like, I don't know how I feel 95% of the time. So like, it really, I don't know, it just sometimes it didn't feel natural dialogue wise is what I'm trying to say. But again, this is her first book, and I think for it being a debut novel, it is amazing quality for that, you know? If you put this book beside a book written by a well-loved author that's been writing for years, it wouldn't hold up the same way. But if you judge this book off of what it actually is, I think that it is great quality for that. Like I said earlier, I think I said this earlier, I like Blair as a character because she feels like really realistic, you know, in the way that she handled things and trying to handle things and everything. I think she's just a solid main character in the sense that she's not like overly perfect, and she's also not like, she's not like the other girls, you know, shoved down your throat like some characters are. She's just a solid character. She's a realistic character, and I really like her for that. Declan, on the other hand, was good, but it also seemed like he was kind of too good at times, you know, like too good to be true. He had flaws, but like not really at the same time, you know. He came off like a little too perfect in my opinion, but I still liked him and everything, you know. He wasn't insufferable or anything, just he was a little too perfect. So overall, I really enjoyed this book. I definitely recommend it. I think that the plot was really good. I liked the romance. It was a little bit slower, but it was supposed to be like that. Obviously they had a very complicated dynamic, but I think the conclusion was very satisfying, and I liked the way that like grief and loss were handled in this book. It felt very realistic. A lot of aspects of this book felt realistic, besides maybe Declan. He didn't really seem like a real person, but you know, everything else, it felt pretty realistic, and I really enjoyed that. I also really loved the setting and the way that like the different houses and stuff were described. It was really easy to like picture what I was reading, and it was just really beautiful and like atmospheric. I really recommend to read this in the summer if you're going to, because it just has a summer vibe, I guess. This book is also very clean, which I really appreciate, especially since this is not like a Christian fiction book, you know. It's like a secular book, but it's completely clean, and I think that we need more of that. I also think that there is a broad age range of people that would like this book. I think teenagers could like this book. I also think just like adults could like it. There's a broad range that it could be marketed. deal. So like I said, I'm rating this book 4 stars. I think this book is overhated. You know, I don't really understand some of the hate that this book has gotten. Is it the most amazing book I've ever read in my entire life? No, but I think it's a solid book. You know, it's a good book and it's a really impressive debut novel. So I think some of the high hate is a little bit forced. But whatever. I think this is a good book. Don't like go into it expecting your life to be changed, because that's not what this book is. But I do recommend it, and I think that if you like romance books, you should read it because it's good, okay?